What are you, on your periods? You played like a bunch of girls!
Coach, some girls are really good at basketball.
And girls give great blowjobs, too. What are you saying, Elliot? Do you give great blowjobs?
Pretty good.
Hey man, what's good?
Are you trying to look like Craig, David Wallace, or what? Is that just unintentional?
Hey man, this is just me. I didn't even. That's funny you say that though. That's kind of fucked up.
Look at that shirt.
I guess we'll just do the rundown again.
Yeah.
And we've actually, since we've had these interviews going on, we've had fans coming to us asking about you, wanting us to interview you. Like, do you know him? You should get him. He'd be having a great perspective on the show. So.
Sweet. Oh, Elliot.
Yeah, for real.
Oh,
All right, so what were your thoughts and feelings towards the unrenewal of the show?
well, obviously, I work in Canadian television and stuff in the production world as well, so I was obviously horribly disappointed because I love the show, and it's actually, I watch the show. It's one of the things I've been involved in that I actually like to watch. So it was a huge disappointment. Saying that, working in Canadian TV, weird shit like this happens all the time. So I don't know. It wasn't too shocking necessarily, but it really, really, really sucked and continues to suck every day when I think about it.
Yeah. All right, so I guess what we've been asked the most is what was it like to be, and also because people saw Alex's interview, and everybody says Brodie's a genius or such a smart guy and he gets stupid roles. I mean, from being the intelligent guy that you are in real life, how was it playing Elliot?
Oh man, I love doing that kind of shit. Honestly, that's nice of people to say. I don't know. I guess they probably just mean that I'm really pretty well versed when it comes to TV and film and all that kind of stuff. But I love doing that kind of stuff. Like comedy is my bag. Like I really like it, and like so the character Elliot like kind of went from being a non-existent character on the first day when I humped the goat mascot. That was my first Elliot appearance, and then kind of just escalated, and they kept writing over and over. And I think they liked what I did. I really like doing it. I love playing those like dumb, naive characters. I think it was Maggie Castle said it best when she said that Elliot is the Ralph Wiggum of Crowley High, which is totally right on the money. And I was like, sweet, I get to be the Ralph Wiggum of Todd. That's awesome.
Oh, like
My shirt wanted off, so it jumped off.
yeah.
That was and this move, that was a last minute cover up because I had my nipples pierced.
Oh, okay.
They didn't want Elliot to have his nipples pierced, so I improvised a little nippy action.
Gotcha.
Acting and whatnot.
All right, so I guess another question that we've been asked to ask you, what was it like seeing, all the monsters and all the blood and guts and gore on set?
Dude, that stuff was awesome. Actually, my sister worked on season 1 and a bit of season 2 of Todd in the visual effects makeup department, and she got to work with some of that stuff too, like the Death Day cake and all that kind of stuff. Man, it's cool. In real life, that's super fun to play with. Like the homunculus, and man, it's so creepy and weird in real life. And there's always like a few of everything kicking around. Like there's like 3 homunculuses in case something happens. So there's just so much crazy shit lying around that set. It's nuts. I guess the only real time I got to do blood and gore was in the Flash Forward episode where I play like the older version of myself, and Bill gets to kill me, so I got a little bit of blood on me there. And we did some behind the scenes stuff too that I don't think those ever showed anywhere, where I got my arms like lopped off, so that was kind of effects heavy and pretty sweet too. But I don't think they're ever going to see the light of day. But I mean, just like dealing with that much blood and effects and gore and stuff from a horror fan, personally, it's like the best day job ever. Like showing up every day and being like, oh, we're gonna cut somebody's head off, or like we're in loser generated contact, we're splitting the guy like completely in half. It's sweet, man.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see, and very, very talented people working in like both makeup effects and like special effects and the animatronic and props and stuff too. Like everyone did a great job on the show.
Awesome. Real quick, can you fix your camera? You're cut off from your eyes down. All right, now I got thrown off. Jeez. So, all right, wow. I really did get thrown off here. Here, while I'm throwing off, we're gonna do your word association. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So you remember Tyler, right?
Yeah.
All right. He'll explain everything to you, and I'll get back on after that's done. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
What up, dude?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Good, good.
So pretty much with the word association, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna toss all the cast members like actual names from Todd to you, and I want you to give me a single word answer as fast as you can. First thing that comes to your mind.
Okay,
All right, Alex.
Alex. Odd future, like me and Alex, most of the time when we hang out outside of work is like when we go to see concerts and shit. And the last thing we went to see together was Odd Future with our friend Ben Boscheman, who's also on Todd, actually.
Maggie.
Maggie, beautiful, beautiful girl. I haven't seen her since we finished doing Todd. I really, she's like the only person that I haven't seen. She's off my radar these days, but I hope she's doing really well.
Bill.
Bill, big ball of fun. Bill is like, I'd say, my best friend from the show, one of my best friends in life. So I really like it.
Now, Melanie.
Melanie is sisterly. She's Mel and me play brother and sisters in a show called on Comedy Network called House Party back in the day, and she was my sister, and we've just been really tight since then. She's one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Jason.
Muse. Noinch, noinch, noinch. The time that I got to spend with that dude was really, really cool. He was really nice and chill. Totally not what I expected, actually. And just like a really down-to-earth, radical dude.
Sure, he was smoking weed. Chris.
You know what? I asked him that. I tried to because, like, obviously, I occasionally like to indulge. But he doesn't smoke anymore just because of, like, rehab and all the shit he's been through. So he's off everything, even the weed.
Man, the one man you think would never leave pot leaves pot.
No, it was shocking to me too, my friend. Funny, there's a guy in Winnipeg that is like his shtick is that he looks like Silent Bob and he dresses like Silent Bob and like just walks around Winnipeg. It's bizarre. And I was taking Muse to a Future Shop one day and we drove past the guy and it blew his mind. So that was pretty funny.
All right, Chris Levins.
Levins is a genius, a cynical genius. I love that guy. He's been so supportive of me. I've known him since I was about 16 or 17 from another project we worked on. And just the nicest guy, and will give you the most down-to-earth, legitimate, real advice any fucking time you want to ask for it. He's fantastic like that, and I continue to get to work with him in my job, and I'm really happy that I get to keep in touch with him. Dan, Squirrely Dan. I haven't seen Dan P for a while since last time at the Fan Expo. But man, that guy's really fun to go out with. Like we used to go to one of my favorite joints in Winnipeg, the Toad, just a pub. And he just like, even if people don't know him, Todd, he's just the center of attention just because he's such a dude. He's a dude, like a real dude.
Steve.
Steve is a really nice guy. We didn't get to know each other that well on the show, more so after it since I moved to Toronto. So, yeah, he's just a friendly dude that he's like me. Like, we both really fucking love Todd, and he's really disappointed. I'm sure most people are, but I think me and Steve in particular have had a lot of chats about how sucky this is.
Norman
is a pimp. He's just me and him hit it off really kind of like really instantly, and he reminds me of my friends back home because I'm originally from Winnipeg, and so he's a fun dude to hang out with because of that, and he's got fucking great style, that guy, man. Francis?
Yep.
Never met. We never crossed paths.
What about Courtney?
Courtney, she's a cool girl, actually. We've known each other since we were like little kids back and forth in Winnipeg, but like never cross paths or really knew each other until the show. And beyond the impression that you get from her on screen, she's not like that in real life. And she's an interesting girl. And we've hung out a bit since I moved to Toronto. She's cool.
Awesome. All right, so I got one more for you. What about that asshole Brodie?
I think that I would have loved to do 20 years of the show and make an illustrious career out of Elliot Everwood. But unfortunately, we got a stick in the ass. So, you know, what can you do?
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
So, how many times a day did you practice humping that goat head?
That was an interesting story, Tyler. Actually, I was working in the office on Todd because I work for the production company Frantic Films. That is one of the companies that make it. So for the first week or so on Todd, I was production office bitch. I was like running scripts and running around getting coffee for people, blah blah blah. But they knew I was an actor, and so they needed somebody to hump this fucking goat. And they're like, Brodie, you look like you're just the right guy for that kind of job. And you actually notice in that sequence, I'm wearing my own street clothes. I'm wearing like a Paula tattoo shirt from Winnipeg and blah, blah, because I literally got asked to do it 5 minutes before we shot it. So I went on and did it, and that was the beginnings of Elliot Everwood, and I've been humping stuff ever since. But yeah, no practice, surprisingly.
So
I know
did they have you wear a goat fucker condom?
They didn't, but I did become known generally around the entire set as Goat Fucker for a long time, which is a moniker that I'm okay with, must say.
Not many men in America can accept goat humper and say that they done did it.
No, exactly. Usually it's the goat humping the man, but I reversed that shit, right? So
You got
it's a whole new ball
sick
game,
mind,
Tyler.
bro, but hey, it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna hand it over to Tristan. Nice talking with you, Brodie.
Yeah, see you,
It's always
man.
a pleasure.
Thanks
Take it
for coming.
easy.
Talk later. Tristan again.
Oh man. Wah, wah. Actually, had a couple. Damn it! All right, I got this time. You know what? We just talked to Jesse Camacho before you today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
How the hell?
we had a nice long discussion about Brodie. Because we try to get these non-Todd people we get on the show to talk about Todd to help the cause. You know.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
So, we were asking him, like, why, he didn't, try out, and he explained, and we, explained to him how we thought he would be one of your minions if he was on the show, if the show were to go on. And we went on to talk about how, how you weren't, because we were talking about Less Than Kind with him, how you weren't in the final season, and yet if Todd were to still be going on, you'd be taking off in more of a lead role in your other show, which was...
I know. I wish that was the case. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can get going still. My hopes are not fully crushed yet. I know we've talked about this before, but I don't know. It's a long shot, but I still think something can be done, and I really want to do it again because they just set Elliot up to have an actual storyline instead of just being, Ralph Wiggum running around making one-liners. So it'd be nice to follow through with that. Jesse's an amazing dude, man. He's a super talented kid. I was super happy to get to know him on Less Than Kind. And then just another situation where we became really good friends and get to hang out all the time and stuff. So, sweet.
Yeah, we were talking. I was like, I thought Derek Sucks Ass was, still a huge part of Less Than Kind. And how you not going to have Derek to patronize them and be a dick,
Similar characters, except one's nice and one's a complete dick.
Hi, I'm Leslie. You want to trade sandwiches?
Why would I want to trade sandwiches?
Maybe you eat my sandwich and I eat your sandwich and we become friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wish Less Than Kind was doing some more too, but they kind of took a veer away from the school aspect in the second last season. So I wasn't expecting to be in it as much, so I wasn't too disappointed. Although I would have loved to, obviously. That's a great team to work with.
Well, hopefully, if they do an animated series, you'll have a voice role. So
Yeah, that would be sick.
That
I
would
would
be cool.
love that.
Yeah, the animations online look pretty cool. Have you seen any?
It looked good.
I think you have some on your Facebook. I think
Yeah,
that's where I
there's a
saw
couple
them.
pictures of me that are. It's weird to see someone like doing that. I'm always shocked, even to see you guys doing this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
like, it's really feels nice. Feels very nice. Yes, I like it.
Okay, so another question we have to ask you from the fans is, I guess, as Elliot and Brodie, as far as what you know or what your feelings are, where did the book go, or what was going to happen in season 3 in, your eyes?
Well, I don't think what we saw at the end of season 2 was the end of Atticus. That's for sure. Because there's no way you're going to get rid of Chris Levins in that role because he's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So I think what was going to happen is that the minions were going to start to take a bigger part, including myself, kind of being hopefully what it seemed like would be like the leader of them. I'm sure where it was going was, Atticus is trapped in the book. So beginning of season 3, Elliot probably has to remedy that in some way, shape, or form by getting him back. And who knows what that means or what it entails. But I mean, goddamn, I would have loved to have been that guy to bring Atticus back, even if it meant that Elliot would have to get decapitated or something. I'd willing to sacrifice myself for the greater good on that one. But I think the book is safe. It's somewhere out there in the ether, and it'll come back, baby. It's coming back someday.
Let's hope. So, what was your favorite episode?
There's a lot that I like, but I think in the second season I liked thought was stronger. My favorite one was probably the future episode where I got to play the older version of myself with the mustache, and be a badass with aviator sunglasses and shit.
Walk away, rebel. We just want him. Not on my watch, minion. Does that mean you don't want these?
And it was fun because me and Bill are really good friends and got to kill me. And so that's like, on our permanent record, Bill got to kill me on TV. So that's pretty sweet. And not only that, with a spatula throat slice. So
Yeah.
pretty sweet stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So who's your favorite character on the show?
You know what? I have to go and say Todd. I think Alex nailed that character better than anybody could do, quite honestly. And I've seen Alex in other stuff, and I know him in real life, and it's pretty far removed from what he is actually like. So it's pretty sweet to see that transformation. And he just I don't know, he did it in such a naturalistic way. Like, he wasn't trying to do like the stoner skater character, which I'm sure like 99% of the people auditioned did.
Yeah.
He just kind of nailed it in like a very realistic, like, Todd feels like someone I knew in high school, unfortunately, but like, he definitely got it. I really think. Also, and when it comes to female characters, I would say Mel's character, just because I love Mel, and Hannah's such a sweet character that's obviously is gearing up to do the sex or innocent to sexy incline, which is always fun to watch on TV. And then Atticus, Chris is just amazing in everything I've seen. So that was the worst answer to your who's my favorite, but I think Alex did a really good performance, but when it comes to the written character, what's on the page, Atticus I'd say is my favorite. He's hilarious.
Sure thing, Mr. M.
Please, minion number 1, call me your evilness and kneel.
Sure thing, your evilness, Neil.
No, I meant get down on your knees.
Oh, okay. I'm actually pretty good at this, so if you just get me a second to get my mouth wet here.
That's not what I meant. We're off to a rocky start. Here's what I need you to do.
Okay, just 1 second. Oh, my mom called. I'm missing taco night.
Okay. Favorite moment in the series and favorite moment offset.
Favorite moment in the series is probably, I guess, actually, I'll start with just filming on set. I think the coolest thing that I got to do was the episode we're in the future, and this is really fun to shoot in that swamp. If you remember the sequence where me and Bill first meet each other again, and that's just a 30-second walk away from the school that we were filming at in Winnipeg. It's like an old sewer in Winnipeg. It was the first time I really got to be outside, got to trudge around in water with tadpoles, and me and Bill was one of the first times we got to actually talk back and forth and do like a little bit of a scene. So that was super memorable. I also really like doing BYOPE, like the house party episode, just because it was another like location episode.
This is gonna be the best party ever.
And I was in it a bunch more, and I got to do stuff with Chris. And like me and Chris never really interacted too much before that. And that was the beginning of like the Minion stuff and like us really having some scenes together.
Yeah.
And I got to me and him just like hung out together that whole night because most of our scenes were together, and we just had like the silliest laughing fest. It was awesome.
Listen, Elliot, what do you know about Satan?
I don't know anything. Tell me more.
You look like more of a pictures guy than a words guy. Take a look at this.
Whoa. I can relate to this.
Yeah, that's right. Like the first scene you were ever in was like where you're in his office and he's like, "Yeah, you're gay."
This is really tough for me to talk about.
Yeah, you woke up this morning and you don't like girls anymore. Okay, there you go. You're gay now. Go do your gay things.
Yeah, that was the first Elliot is born.
Yeah.
Actually, that's an interesting story because James, again, the director, is a really, really cool guy of that episode. I did it a few times in different ways because we really hadn't decided who Elliot was going to be at that point.
Yeah.
And then he's like, as soon as he slaps that sticker on you and tells you you're gay, just imagine you just done ecstasy for the first time. And the moment that he puts the sticker on you is when it starts to kick in. So I was like, okay, that's the best direction I've ever gone. I think I can do that. And I think that's the take that got used. In the end, so
yeah, it looks like it.
Those pieces of advice / director, pointing me in the right direction is like so awesome and something I could relate to, I suppose. So it's cool.
Cool. All right, so anything like personal you'd like to say like right now to the fans that are trying their ass off?
Man, I'm gonna get emotional. Dudes and I guess dudettes all over the place are really coming out of the woodwork to stick up for the show, and it means a lot. And I know people say that all the time, whether it's whatever show, Carnival, blah blah blah, shows get canceled all the time, and people try to resurrect them. But something about these fans seem particularly set in stone that this is gonna fucking happen, and that just gives me like all the pleasure in the world. You know what? Even if it doesn't happen, and I'm not, discounting anything or whatever, it just still feels amazing to get that kind of support for like a Canadian TV show, and not only that, like a show that I actually put my heart and soul into, and like it's a show that I would watch even if I wasn't in it. It was a show that I'd watch if it was filmed in the States. I would watch it if it was filmed on the BBC. Like it's just my kind of thing. And to know that there's that many people out there that share the same mentality and are willing to like not just sit back and let the show just die, but are willing to step up and try to make shit happen, that really means the world. And it's insane. Like I love checking the Facebook page every day to see like the weird animations people are doing, or what you guys are up to, like with all the cast interviews and shit like that, man. Like it's it really is truly awesome. And I know everyone, not just me, obviously, from the guys working the crew for Winnipeg, who I know because I'm grown up with them, the camera guys, the sound guys, but also all the way to like Craig, like who I have a relationship with now, and I know that it means so much to like every single one of the people, and that every single one of us would fucking love and would die to do more of the show. Yeah. So I keep doing what you can do, guys, because I don't know, like it's a fucked up situation with Canadian TV and why the whole cancellation happened. I can understand why Space did it. They weren't making any money on the show because no one was watching it on Space. But I mean, that doesn't mean there's not a spot for the show. So keep it up, and we'll see what we can do. Fingers crossed, and I'm going to do everything in my power. And if they keep doing everything in their power, there's nothing more we can do. And at least makes me happy to know that people are out there doing it and helping out. So thank you to everyone.
Great. Thanks, man. Now I got 3 quick questions before we wrap this up. Okay. Did you make it to the prop sale?
I didn't, because I'm in Toronto now and it was in Winnipeg, but I heard some stories. Sounded like it went pretty good. Some people got some sweet stuff.
Yeah, I was worried about that because I'm in America. I'm like, I want that taco bomb, like for serious, man. Like, what's the word on
I
that taco bomb?
I don't think that was for sale actually.
Okay, good. At least it wasn't for sale.
Yeah, so I think because I saw the list, so either they're holding on to it.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna look into that for you, Mr. Tristan.
Thanks, man. Fingers crossed on this end. Yeah.
Look, it's fully functional.
Yeah,
I'm not
Alex
sure.
was saying it was. They just didn't use it. Yeah.
Really, that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Props to the props guys for that one.
I
I'm
know,
sure they know
right?
how to make a bomb work.
I'm sure they broke it in for us.
Right, right. My other question was, I stumbled upon your YouTube page today, and now you say you were in a show with Melanie, but
Yep.
is what you did on YouTube different? Because it had to do with a party. Was it still house party? Like, what was that about?
Oh, the party. That was my friend Ann Duris from Toronto. She's in Ryerson,
Okay.
and that was just one of their projects. She'd seen my work in Less Than Kind and blah blah blah, whatever, and had just said, I'm gonna do this thing. It's like an impromptu kind of like reality based show where it's gonna be
Yeah.
all improvisation and shit. And do you
Okay.
want to be the lead dude? It was more of like a you're gonna be the lead dude versus a question, and I was like, okay. So
Okay.
we did it, and I actually pretty like some of it's really funny, and
Yeah, yeah.
got some free beer out of it, and we got to sit around for an entire like 18-hour day and just do whatever. So it was fun, and all the people that I'm in that show with are all good friends of mine. So that was cool.
Okay, yeah. I just want to know if that was any relation to that other show because
No, the
I've
show that we did together was House Party, me and Mel on Comedy Network. It only did one season, and it shot in Winnipeg as well.
yeah.
But it's a pretty cool show, and it continues to like play reruns and stuff on there. It's actually Sarah Constable is one of the writers, and she played one of the teachers in Todd. She's the teacher that gets squished by the big baby,
Okay.
and she's also my aunt. So
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that show's hard to track down out here. I've yet to see that, but no, it sounds interesting. I definitely want to check that out.
yeah, you should. It sounds like you like Canadian shows. Like it's like the premise is it's like one house party and it's 13 episodes, but every episode is from a different person at the party's perspective.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Different scenes you've seen before overlap with other shit and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It was cool. I got to work with some really cool people that I got to maintain like relationships with, Mike Rajewski and Dylan Taylor and just a bunch of people. Matt Edison, who's one of my best friends now, and that's where I met Mel. So yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, man. For the Daily Smoke, I'm Tristan.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Brodie.
And you just got smoked.
Smoke. That asshole what?
That asshole Brodie.
I couldn't hear again, sorry.
I said, what about that asshole Brodie? What do you think, Brodie?
Brodie, oh, me. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Down?
Yeah, no, can you raise it up more?
No
Better?
penis, no penis.
No, up more. A little more. Should we move this, man? Let's move this, man. I care. Looked like we were laying on each other when we were talking to Jesse.
Jesse enjoyed that.
That was weird.
You're weird.
And just don't hover over me like you're hugging me. All right, there we go. This is
the
good.
nicest Bert and Ernie I've ever seen.
All right, here we go. All right, for the Daily Smoke, I'm Tristan.
I'm Tyler.
And you just got smoked.
You guys say,
And I'm Brodie.
and I'm Brodie.
Okay, I'll do that this time.
He's high. He's high on which end of the can? All right, anyway. All right, for the Daily Smoke, I'm Tristan.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Brodie.
And you just got smoked.
Oh.
All right, let's try one more time.